Alrighty. So last time we played, last week, you guys decided that taking out some marauders probably more was probably easier than trying to find your way back into the Soviet-occupied city of Kalisz to see what you could scrounge up. Things went fairly well. Nobody died. A bunch of weapons got messed up, and I think I did the math, and you guys expended 111 rounds of ammunition.
Oof.
Holy.
Yeah, from now on, I think I'm gonna stick to one bullet sniping.
Yeah.
It cost me like a full clip. That's too much.
But you did manage to get some food and some weapons and stuff out of them, giving you some stuff with which to barter should you find anybody able to do so. And then deciding to vacate the area before you were discovered by enemy forces. You made your way south-ish, kind of crossing the river, and currently, as morning dawns on the 17th of April, you guys are camped out in a little forest about 8 or 9 kilometers north of a little village called Kepno. Since Boris is a Polish native, Boris can let you know that there's probably not many people left in Kepno. It wasn't terribly large to begin with, but they did have some older buildings that would probably have withstood some level of aggression. So chances are good that you may find people there that may be willing to trade. But as you get up in the morning, everybody can cross off some food and water, and anybody who has stress or damage will have healed 1 as you slept. 1 of each.
And we have the... Oh, you made a journal. For food and loot and all that.
Yes, there is a loot journal entry so that you guys can kind of keep track there of what you have.
What's the difference between rations and domestic food?
Rations don't spoil.
So we eat the domestic food first.
Yeah. Basically, there are three degrees of food in the game. There's wild food, which is stuff that you forage or hunt. You can eat it without cooking, but there's some risk involved there. Wild food spoils within a week. Domestic food is food that has been prepared. No danger of getting sick from eating it. Spoils within a week. And then rations aren't necessarily military rations. It's any sort of preserved food, which has an indefinite shelf life, but a much higher cost should you wish to purchase it. The other big difference is the weight of the food. For example, a day's worth of water weighs half a kilogram. A day's worth of domestic food weighs half a kilogram. A day's worth of field rations only weighs a quarter of a kilogram. And a day's worth of wild food weighs 1 kilogram.
Oh, I get you. Yeah, and that matters in this one.
Yes.
Big time.
I mean, it's not as big a deal since you guys do have you do have your battered and beaten and repaired Jeep. But if you're hoofing it or if something happens to the Jeep, you may need to decide what you're bringing with you.
All righty.
right. So it seems to me we were going to take the 2 tents and combine them into one,
Right.
so that we had one functional tent that's in fairly decent repair. So obviously we want to take the one that has its higher reliability, right?
Yes.
So we want to keep the reliability 4. Wasn't going to up it to a 5?
It will, as long as somebody can make a tech roll.
Okay. And then we can each edit this loot list, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to... Is anyone else planning on eating the domestic food?
I took one already.
Okay,
Yeah, I took one of my rations and water.
okay. I've only got 2 rations and 1 water left. So I'm going to take it out of the loot for now.
I was
That
eating
way
my Cricket Wild food.
Yeah, that way I can keep the lower weight item. So we'll change our domestic to 0. And where did water go? That down to a 7. And then we'll wait until we get the tech roll for the tent.
Alrighty. So basically, breaking down the crappy tent and repairing the other tent will take the entire shift, just like everything else in the game. Most activities takes an entire shift by the time you've done everything that needs to be done. So whoever is doing that is occupied for the morning, but the rest of you are free to do whatever it is you would like to do.
So this would be the morning shift, right?
This would be the morning shift.
Were we planning to stay there, and did we make camp already?
You did. You made camp last night, so.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Just to be sure.
You made camp. It's kind of hidden.
Down by Khalees.
You're probably about...
By just north of Kepno.
Yep, you're about 35 or so kilometers south of Khalees and on the other side of the river. We will assume at some point you found like a little bridge that you could cross.
Are we now on Saturday, April 17th or Sunday the 18th?
Saturday the 17th.
Okay. Just because I'm keeping notes.
Yep.
Gotta love a game that you're tracking the date.
Yeah, this little the module that I have for tracking the date, it actually allows me to add notes as well. So if something's happening on a certain day, I can plug it right into the calendar.
Oh, that's cool.
So I don't know. Can you guys see the calendar down in the corner?
I can see the time.
Okay.
I see the time and some
Yeah.
kind of
You
weather.
click it, the date comes up.
Oh yeah, if we click on it. Cool.
And then if you're playing a different game, there's a module called About Time, so you can use that as well, and then you can use active effects to set durations for things, and then they will automatically end at the appropriate time. A lot of little bells and whistles.
Fancy dancy.
All right, so who is working on the tents?
That'd be a tech guy.
I can work on tents. I've got an A and a C.
Yep, you better than me.
Better than me.
I used to be the tech guy, but better than me at this.
Yeah, but I roll for shite.
All right, so Boris is gonna work on getting you guys a better tent now that he has some light with which to see. What about the rest of you?
Did we want to go hunting or something like that, or scrounging around here? It's a new X. We could try that.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing some hunting. We need
Good.
someone to stay with Boris, though, right?
We could have like one people guarding the camp while Boris works, and two people hunting. So if something happens, there's two of us.
Pairing up makes sense.
And I need to get better at sniping, so hunting seems like a plan.
Well, I've done some hunting in my time, so depends on who wants to stay behind and keep an eye on Boris here.
Since it's a recon role, probably not a good idea that it would be me. Not really good at seeing stuff.
Officers never are.
What?
I
Pardon?
would take that if it wasn't true.
You're a sergeant, not an officer.
I'm still waking up, is what I am.
I'm pretty good at Recon too, but I can't do both.
Yeah, we do need to get some recon done. All right.
We were proposing that we two of us would go hunting, and while Boris worked, somebody keep watch on him. Make sure the camp and the jeep is not stolen while we're gone.
Hi, Boris. You just met him.
Yep, that's part of the thing.
Yeah, we kept Vlad under we're still keeping Vlad under watch. McPherson's just a little more trusting than I am.
The only time I went
They
alone
have
was
a
to fetch
bomb.
some car part, and it ended up to be like punching a wolf. So
All right, so Nikki, you want to go with Vlad, and do some hunting, and I'll keep an eye on Boris here.
Did you just call me Nikki?
Do you think ranks matter anymore?
You can either Wilson. Wilson's fine.
All right. Does that make sense to you, or would you rather me go with Vlad?
Depends on how good you are at hunting.
I'm a decent shot. I've done some hunting before, but no expert.
I'm great at survival, and I'm trying to get better at like actual sniping.
I'm not a survivalist. I came from the SWAT team. Lived in a city.
I'll be there for survival. You'll be there for shooting.
I lived in the city, but then I joined the army. Well, came here. Chris?
Yep.
It was Recon for hiding the campsite?
Yep. The campsite it's as hidden as it's going to get.
Okay. But it was Recon as well for keeping watch, yes?
Yes.
Okay. I'm better at Recon than I am hunting.
All right, so I'll go with the Russian.
Just make sure you come back.
I'll do my best.
Well, if he comes back without you, he just shouldn't come back, so.
I'm not fond of trying to get where we need to go on foot, so at least you know that.
Hey, Vlad and I spent a lot of time while he was locked up. We get along well.
Yeah.
He's a decent guy, honest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for commie.
Yeah, see if the two of you can find something other than wolf. And,
If we find food, it will be something other than wolf. If the food finds us, it will be wolf.
Excellent.
Is this one
I
way to
like
look at
that. I like that a lot.
it?
All right, Vlad, don't get us lost. Let's go see what we can find.
Yes. Cool.
All right. So for the hunting group, I need one of you to give me a survival roll with a +1 from the other person helping, -1 for being winter, +1 because you're in a forest. So net +1.
I'll do the survival.
Yes, please. I do have Hunter, though, if you want to learn it someday.
What does it do?
+1 modifier survival rolls to hunt and obtain food.
Yep, I definitely want to get that. I have Scrounger right now for finding materials, but I'd like Hunters at some point. So I'll start taking pointers.
Okay. Oh, good roll.
He's my favorite Russian.
As you guys make your way into the forest, it doesn't take you too long to pick up some tracks, and you have some options. McPherson will basically point out that those tracks over there, that's a deer. Those tracks over there heading in that direction is a boar. You can decide which of these you would like to try to hunt and take down.
What do you think?
Russia, boar hunts you.
It was either boar or what?
Boar or deer.
Boar will pick up more of a fight. Would we get more meat out of a boar?
Boars do have kind of like more muscle mass and everything to them, so you would probably get more food out of the boar. But if you don't drop the boar, it could be aggressive, whereas the deer's more likely just to run.
Yeah, I was thinking of a moose, not a deer. Yeah, makes sense.
There's no boars where I come from, so
I'd go with the boar. If you're okay.
really, you guys hunt boar here? Like, don't they have giant tusks and like to eat people?
Well, the point is, if we miss it, it's gonna charge, so we're gonna have a second shot at it.
You guys are crazy, but sure, whatever. You're the guy tracking it, so
Worst case scenario, I can try to stab it.
well, we got a backup plan. We're gonna stab a boar with a knife.
Well, I had to punch a wolf, so I can stab a boar.
Do you even know how to use that knife?
Correctly.
Okay.
They do hunt
Boar
boar in the
hunting.
States, mostly in Texas.
I did hunt boar at some point with a spear.
Remind me to teach you how to use that knife.
Yeah, I'd like it.
All right, so you kind of like make your way through the woods, and as you're making your way through the woods, you can tell like it is starting to warm up ever so slightly, to the point where there's like this fairly thick mist, kind of at about like knee height or so. I mean, on the plus side, it does mean that the warmer weather is on its way, but on the other hand, it does make some elements of things harder. And before too long, you come across the much more recent signs of the boar. So the question now is, how close to it would you like to get before you try to take your shot?
I have a very long range for a rifle, so
We both have very long range guns. And
mine's
if we
12. What's yours?
it's 10. And if we miss, it's gonna charge. So a long range should be good.
So 10.
All right. So I need whichever one of you is worse to give me a recon roll. But you do have a +2 modifier.
So I'm C and D for recon.
I'm a B. That's it. So I guess I'm worse.
Yep. That will be a net +2 on the recon roll.
I was starting to think I'd lost audio.
Sorry, my laptop crashed. I'll be back in a sec.
Oh, okay. Oh, I can roll for Vlad in the meantime.
Yes, please.
Double success.
So yeah, you guys get up to the point where you're probably about 200-ish meters from the boar. You can see it kind of like rooting around, like rooting through the snow, getting some grubs and stuff. And you guys can take a shot.
Is this an assisted shot or is this just a shot?
It's just each of you can roll since there's two of you hunting. It's kind of the advantage of both of you going. It's -1 modifier for the train.
And sniper gives me +1.
Yep.
Ooh.
Ooh,
If you
nice.
can make the roll for me, still booting up.
So yeah, as you kind of sight, for McPherson, you're kind of, you've gone hunting before. You are actually a trained hunter, and you line up your shot, and watch your breathing, and then you pull the trigger. And what's the base damage for your weapon?
Base damage for that is 3. Crit is 3.
All right. So that's 5 damage, because you got 3 successes. So yeah, you put that shot right between the eyes of the boar as it kind of looks up, and it just drops.
No reason to fear, hunting boar. You're a great shot.
And you're a great tracker.
And we'll have some good food tonight, which is not wolf.
Let's get this thing gutted and back to camp.
Yes. No sense in carrying the useless weight.
All right. So a boar will net you guys a fair bit of meat, it looks like. You can make note that you have 10 portions of wild food.
Okay, I just put that on our loot sheet.
Excellent.
I mean, it does need to be cooked if you don't want to risk food poisoning, but all right. Meanwhile, back at the camp, I will get Wilson can give me a recon roll -1 because of the fog, and Boris can give me a tech roll.
My dice like me for 10 minutes maybe.
Everybody's making rolls. That means I'm blowing mine.
There goes the 10. Nope.
12. That's pretty sweet.
We're saving our crappy rolls for combat.
Yes, undoubtedly.
That's
Things that are a little more life-threatening.
So it's relatively quiet and peaceful. You break out the what rudimentary tools that you have, and you kind of cut some patches out of the crappy tent and patch up the better tent enough to bring the reliability of the tent up to 5.
Somebody keeping notes of that?
Yeah, working on it. So we're down 1 tent, but the other one's up by 1, right?
Yep.
Right.
And you also manage to basically you save enough material and some like the metal from the poles and everything to give yourself 1 general spare part.
Nice.
Which can be used to jury rig certain things or to repair things should the need arise.
General spare part?
Yep. There's basically 4 categories of spare parts. There's general, vehicle, weapon, and electronic. The game's not super granular, so like your general say you bone a roll and you damage your binoculars, you could use a general spare part to repair the binoculars.
Oh, okay. Get you.
Yeah, it's not the sort of thing where it's like, oh, I need to have plastic and glass and all of that sort of stuff. So the morning passes by relatively uneventfully, but for Boris and Wilson, partway through the morning, probably the guys have been out hunting for a couple of hours at this point. Because you guys have 2 radios. Vlad has 1, and I assume the other one was left at the Jeep, so you guys have a way to communicate.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So the radio kind of crackles to life. It's very, very staticky, like it's not quite on the right frequency, but you can hear what sounds like very garbled, staticky, broken up voices. They seem to they fade in and out, but they definite voices, and then music.
Real music?
Like real music, like like
Polka?
no, like 2000, the year 2000 kind of like pop hits sort of thing
In English?
in English.
Huh.
American? Wow, American music.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember how far Vlad said the range on these were.
The transmission range on the radio is fairly limited, but it can pick up signals from a much stronger broadcaster.
Yeah, because I remember we were trying to, when the shelling was happening, we were trying to figure out how far away they were.
Yep. But yeah, basically broadcasting, you've only got a range of maybe 5-ish kilometers, but picking up a signal from like a very strong broadcaster, the range could be 100 times that.
The number 1 hit in April of 2000 was Maria Maria by Santana.
There you go.
I greatly doubt that after 3 years of a world war going on, that would still have been the choice.
87 Nation Army by the White Stripes or something like that.
Huh. I'll turn that right down. Just loud enough for me and Karpinski to hear it.
Yeah. Are you trying to tune it in better or anything, or are you just letting it go the way it is?
I'll try. Like, I'll make a note of where all the settings are before I start fiddling with any knobs, so that at the very least I can go back to those settings. You know, I'll just take something small and sharp and just kind of etch a little bit, so I have an idea of where we're picking this up right now.
All right. So just so you guys are aware, the radio that you have, it is a single channel man-pack radio system. Uses micro vacuum tubes and transistors. Operates in the lower middle range of the FM radio. And it has a broadcast range of 6 kilometers.
Perfect.
All right. Give me a tech roll there, Wilson.
Oh dear. No.
Lost her at vacuum tubes.
Yeah, really.
You could push it if you liked.
Sure. Yeah, those are my dice. My dice are back.
All right. So you can't get it to come in any clearer, really, but you do manage to pick up, again, like after the music kind of fades and there's that crackly, staticky voice. It sounds like it's definitely English, but there's an accent to it, but it's too broken up for you to be able to determine what nationality the accent is from. But you do pick up the words 8th Mechanized and Krakow.
Okay, so I know she would have known who the eighth mechanized were.
8th Mechanized absolutely refers to a mechanized infantry unit.
Yes. Even Anita knows that.
Yes. You don't know, like, you know that the NATO forces had an 8th Mechanized. You don't know if anybody else did. You don't know if the Polish army did or if the Soviets did. You're fairly certain that if they were referring to Polish or Soviet forces, they wouldn't call them 8th Mechanized.
It wouldn't be in English. And can you open up the map? Because I can just see like a circle of hexes around her Jeep.
Yep, because
just so I can get an idea of where Krakow is.
Unfortunately, since you guys do not have a map.
Okay. Just a second here. I'm sure that Nick would have a much better idea of geography in Europe than I do.
Krakow is in like kind of the southeastern Poland.
Okay. Oh, it's it's more south central-ish. But yeah, definitely. Definitely a ways from where we are.
I didn't write down what unit we were from, Chris.
You guys were part of 5th Mechanized.
Fifth month. Okay.
But after several hours, by which time Boris has the tent nicely repaired and the kind of the camp resituated. Threw some spare parts into the Jeep just in case. McPherson and Vladimir come back with several pounds of boar meat.
Very good. Spectacular.
Right?
We did find the food, and not the other way around.
It's good.
Well, give us some time to cook it, and yeah, it should be.
Did you have your radio on?
No, they didn't want to scare the bees.
Makes sense.
Want me to check
We
it
did. Is it still broadcasting on mine, Chris?
You seem to have lost the signal.
Okay. I lost the signal, but I picked up somebody was broadcasting American music and said something about 5th or 8th Mechanized and Krakow, but I couldn't tell what. I couldn't get the signal to come in any better. It being your military's equipment, I thought you might have a better shot.
What's a Krakow?
I think it's a town
Did they
around here.
just kidnap you off the street, McPherson?
I've been here for 30 days before all this shit went down.
Oh.
Maybe 60.
Okay, so Krakow is south and a bit east from where we are right now. But it's like at the very southern kind of edge of Poland. It's closer to the southern border of Poland than we are from Kalisz, I think. Pretty sure.
Yeah, we're heading
Anyway.
west, right?
We're heading west.
I mean, I'm sure Boris and Vlad can figure out the radio thing.
We
Yeah,
should give it a shot.
Karpinski managed to fix the tent, and we've got a little bit of spare material if we need to fix something else.
Yeah, they seem smart and stuff.
What?
It is illusion. Thanks for the warning, yes?
So what would you guys like to do for the afternoon?
I suppose we should dress and deal with that boar.
Yeah, that meat needs to be cooked.
Do you want me to scout into, since I'm actually Polish and have a real good recon, do you want me to scout into the town?
I mean, intel on the town would be good.
Yeah, of any of us, you're going to blend in the best.
I can do some cooking.
When was the last time you slept, McPherson?
I could take a nap, I think. So you want to watch Vlad, Boris as scout,
Do-
and I'll rack out
Do
for a
that.
bit.
Yeah, do that, and I'll keep watch here.
Yeah, I was
I-
thinking just in case we have to drive through the night.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that Karpinski should be fine.
I mean, I'm not that attached to him anyway.
He's local. Get attached.
Let's see if he comes back.
Might
mean-
find woman. Start new life.
I mean, maybe, but
Starting to like him more already. I'm crashing in the back of the Jeep. Wake me up if something happens.
yeah, I'm sure if something exciting happens, you'll know. Nothing exciting is quiet.
And yeah, Bradley's gonna crash in the back seat.
And I'm
I'm gonna keep watch.
Alrighty. So Boris is gonna trek into Kepno and have a little look see.
Yes.
Okay. All right, and Vladimir is cooking up some boar. Perfect. All right. Boris, you head off. Give me a survival roll.
I don't really have very good survival.
You can push the roll if you would like.
Yeah, better, huh?
Okay.
Never mind.
Give me 1 second to look something up.
Told you he wasn't coming back.
I didn't know I was going to be eaten by a kraken.
Yeah, that
The arm
changes
stiffness
from-
coming in.
So you set off, and you're probably like 10-ish kilometers from Kepno, according to your travel. But you realize that you don't have a compass and you don't have a map. And human beings are not intrinsically the best navigators. And after a couple of hours of walking, you do see a few little buildings. Through the as you break through the forest, there's you come across a road that's basically been pounded into dust by heavy vehicles driving back and forth and artillery fire and so on and so forth. And you do see a small little village, probably like 7 or 8 houses. But you know that Kepno should be bigger than that.
I done got lost. All right. Still Poland.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm wearing Polish military outfit. I'll keep my gun at my shoulder, like I'm walking in nonchalantly, but I'm still military. And I'll walk into where those buildings are. And hopefully they're not overrun by bad guys.
Give me a second here while I roll on some random charts. Ooh.
Apparently, there's 86 of them.
With subcategories.
There are so many subcategories in this. So the first thing that hits you is the strong smell.
Of?
Fire, like a strong burning smell.
All right.
You do see some trenches kind of dug through the farms. Obviously, there was some sort of fight happened here. You look off kind of the north-ish direction, and you can see black smoke on the horizon. And give me a recon roll. Oof, 4 successes. So that is enough for you as you're, kind of like laying low, maybe using the trenches to kind of get eyes on this place, because you definitely know this is not Kepno. There seems to be a Soviet patrol kind of moving from house to house there. Looks like it's probably about 4 or 5 individuals. You don't see any sign of a vehicle or anything.
Well, I think it's time to let's see what I got on gear. I don't think I have anything that can take up 4 individuals before they take me out. So I'm going to back out.
Yeah, and because of the fact that it's relatively open terrain here, kind of like across the road and towards this little village, you're probably about 300 to 400 meters away from them. You're confident that they haven't spotted you.
All right, well, let's get back into the woods.
Okay. In the meantime, back at the camp, I need a cooking roll from Vlad, so a survival roll. You do get +1 because you guys have a frying pan that you picked up from the Marauders.
Nice.
And I need a recon roll from Sergeant Wilson.
Sure thing.
I love this game that you're happy that you found a frying pan.
Exciting stuff.
It's like, yeah, we did. We found that fucking frying pan.
Can
Cast iron, motherfucker.
I hope not. Those have a bitch to maintain. Can I push my recon?
Yeah, absolutely you can.
Okay. If I roll a 1, though, I'm gonna get stress, right?
Yeah. So you do take 1 stress, but you do get a success.
Excellent. I can put up with that.
And the nice thing with the encounters is, like, I draw an encounter card at the start of each shift, but then I determine when during the shift that particular encounter happens. So you guys are a couple hours in. There's a fair amount of boar meat here to cook. But the frying pan makes things so much easier there, Vlad. I mean, you don't have any seasoning or anything, but you do manage to get a nice sear on it and get it cooked enough so that you don't have to worry about it making anybody sick. Even though there hasn't been any domesticated pork, no longer carries a danger of trichinosis, but wild boar, definitely something to be worried about. But
And we didn't find salt yet, so I cannot make jerky with it. So,
not yet.
Yeah, that's good.
But about late afternoon, Nikki Wilson, you smell smoke, not from your campfire.
Take a look along the horizon. Do
And
I
then
see smoke?
And then you notice, like, running past your camp, a deer.
Oh, that's not good.
A couple more deer.
That's not good. That is not good whatsoever. Shit. I'm gonna open the door, slap McPherson on the legs, and look over at Vlad and say, "Fire." There's a brush fire or forest fire. How much woods is around us right now?
You guys are in a forest.
I just noticed the background where our Jeep is changed, and not in a good way.
Sexy.
That's not the word. Terrifying. That's the word you wanted. It's about to get hot. Very hot.
The boar would have cooked herself.
Shit. Okay. I'm going to jog out to the road.
Okay, from where you guys are, the actual road is about 3 kilometers.
Shit. Okay, well, the deer are running away from the fire, so we should too. And I will explain that very quickly to Vlad and McPherson, the city boy.
Yeah, we'll load up the Jeep and get the fuck out of here.
When shit. When Karpinski left, which direction did he go in?
Southish?
Okay. Which direction are the deer running in?
That's a really good question. Which direction are the deer running? The deer are running southeast-ish.
Okay, that's good. That's very good, actually, because southeast-ish is where we want to go. Yeah. So that's where I'm going to tell us where whoever's driving. I think McPherson is our driver usually.
Yep.
That's where I'm going to tell him to head.
All right. So as you're basically, you wake up McPherson, get things thrown into the Jeep, break down your camp, unless you want to leave anything behind.
No.
All right. So everybody takes 1 point of damage from smoke inhalation.
Hit or stress?
Health.
Hit. Okay.
And
Sarge, we gotta go, Sarge. We gotta go.
so you throw everything into the Jeep and you head off in what you hope is a southeasterly direction. Somebody can give me a survival check.
That would
I
be
can do-
Vlad.
Yep, I can do that. Is that a specific kind of survival?
It's a navigation check.
Okay. They have a bunch of perks that give me bonus. Some different one.
Yeah. I think the only thing that gives you navigation check, a map or a compass would. I don't know if there's any talents that do not. But
No, it's just that I got Ranger, Scrounger, and stuff like that, so just checking.
perfect. And McPherson can give me a driving roll at minus. Oh, let me check it first. Forest is a -1. Winter is -1. Fog. So -4.
-4.
Yeah, actually the fog would have burnt off, so it's only -2.
Oh, well, that's better. Oh, hey. I'll take it. Keep the big orange glow to the back of the Jeep.
All right. So you definitely put some distance between you and the forest fire. Um, how far would you like to drive? You
I
can.
mean, we're trying to find Boris too, right? So
Yep.
And Boris wandered off in the wrong direction.
Yep, trying to track Boris, who is lost, and we don't know that is lost.
I expect that we would have gave him a radio, right?
Yep. The radios have a range of 6 kilometers, which is same hex.
I'm gonna get to the road and try to make my way to Kempno, I would think, unless Sarge tells me different.
Okay.
I'll try on the radio to see if I catch him. So if we are in the road X, you will get a message from me.
All right. So you're just kind of calling frantically, hoping that you get within range, sort of thing.
Well, at intervals, I'm not gonna do it like perpetually, just so not to alert the wrong people. But like every like 15 minutes, I guess.
Okay. Perfect. All right. So you hit the road and start heading towards Kepno. I will need one more survival check.
Do we see flames?
Yeah, you can not so much. You can see some of the flames kind of in your back as you go, and the fire moves fast. Forest fire with prevailing winds can clear 23 kilometers an hour,
Yeah.
which on this map is 2 hexes an hour.
Oh shit!
Yeah, there's a reason forest fires are terrifying.
So I do need a survival roll. You do get I'll give you a +1 modifier since you're on the road and can see some signs for Kepno.
We should be happy that it's cold and not hot, because if it's hot, it's worse.
So +1 on survival.
Yep.
Yep, the cold help it not spread too fast.
All right. So as we roll into like probably the early hours of evening, you do come to what looks like a small village. There's probably about maybe a dozen or so buildings still standing. Lots of rubble. There are definitely uh, some very sturdy older buildings. And there's a little sign outside that says in Polish, uh, Kepno. Meanwhile, Boris,
Yeah.
as you're starting to make your way back towards the forest, you can see some orangish glow moving through the forest, kind of coming from a northwesterly direction, sweeping through the forest where you left your friends.
Well, shit. At least I left them with a vehicle. I'm not going into a forest fire on foot. That's just dumbass. I'm gonna try to reorient myself and see if I can get to Kempno. I should be able to find a road if I'm on the right track.
Yeah, there was there was that road that you um, that you had found, that you were basically on the other side of the road from the forest was the little village that you had seen. So using that road, you can make a survival check at +1.
Hey.
All right, there you go. So yeah, so you do see some battered and beaten street signs that say, Kepno 6 kilometers sort of thing. You're like, okay, and it's not in the direction of the fire.
Perfect.
So you kind of like, oh, okay, off we go. You guys arrive at this little village. There are some people here, and they seem to be. Some of them are, looks like they're getting ready in case the fire comes in this direction. They're
Good, so they're aware.
yes, and there is like a thick smoke in the air.
I'm keeping an eye out for our missing Karpinski. Does there seem to be any kind of clear organization or anyone in military uniforms?
No, that seems to be a bunch of civilians.
What's the play, Serge?
I'd rather not leave without Karpinski. We need a local.
No argument. Any sign of him on the radio, Vlad?
Sorry, you're breaking up really bad, Yorick.
That was actually just really good roleplay.
Talking over the radio, yeah.
So yeah, after about a half hour or so, you guys do pick each other up. You're close enough by that point.
All right.
Where are you, boys?
Did you overcook the pig?
I did not start the fire.
But it's always burning.
Fuck it! I knew!
As the
I thought I was
boys
going to
can
get through
tell.
this day without Billy Joel. I thought I was going to get through this day without Billy Joel.
The pig is fine.
What a great
Get out of
song.
the wood. We're in town. Where are you?
I'm on the road into town.
We'll get to you.
These guys don't seem that threatening, so
Not at the moment. Anything they have, they're not going to be. They're going to be more concerned about the fire until it passes. Or burns itself out. Chris, does there seem to be anyone in charge of, like, any of these groups of civilians that we're seeing?
There are a couple of people that seem to be directing people. They're essentially kind of like filling some buckets up with some snow. Kind of getting everything ready in case the fire comes this way. Getting everything in place for a bucket brigade in case some of the houses start to catch or anything like that. There's like 2 or 3 individuals. There's two guys and a woman that are kind of directing people.
A bucket brigade. Oh dear God. They're fucked. Are there many kids around?
There's some various ages. Probably the youngest you see is probably like 4 or 5, and some school-age children and some teenagers.
are they paying any attention to us at all?
They don't seem to be. They seem to be kind of focused on the task at hand.
Okay.
Unless you guys, like honk the horn or stand up and yell at them or something.
That's up to Wilson.
How many people can our Jeep sit?
4.
Yeah. That's what I was afraid of. Okay. We are going to. Did Karpinski say which direction he's coming from?
No, because he honestly doesn't know.
Grand. We get the local who has no idea about directions. This will go well.
He's your local.
We need somebody who reads the language and can communicate with people. Just keep in mind that we're not sending him anywhere on his own anymore. Yeah, we're gonna hold for now and wait for him.
That's very nice of you.
So eventually, people do notice you, and in very kind of like broken English, you're like, you help.
That's sorry. We don't have any. We don't have any treats. We don't have any candy. Please step away from the Jeep.
They kind of, kind of throw their hands in frustration, and go back to getting their little village ready.
Taking a look at this, a bucket brigade. How many people do they have?
There's probably 20-ish.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay.
And it looks like primarily they're basically getting buckets of snow / water ready in case they need to douse roofs or anything like that. But it looks like the children and the younger people, they're basically gathering them into one of the like older stone buildings.
Okay, that's a relief at least.
Yeah, they're not planning to fight the forest fire with the buckets. They're just getting them ready in case they need to put out spout fires here and there. But as it
Okay. Honk when he shows up, if you see him, and Wilson will get out and start helping.
Roger that, Church.
Let me check if I can guess from where you should be coming.
well, as
My
it
understanding of navigation.
yeah, you're not entirely sure. Like when he left your campsite, he was heading south. You don't know whether he veered east or west. So you're not sure. You do know that there are. It looks like there's several roads that kind of run past Kepno. But as you're trying to figure it out, and as the sun is starting to set, and you can see that the orange glow is significantly diminished. It looks like the fire has on its way to burning itself out, probably because the underbrush and everything is so wet. But as we roll into early evening, you guys see a lone straggler coming down the road from the west. And Boris, you see, a village that looks much more like what you picture Kepno to look like, with the older stone buildings, the very rugged, possibly even things that were built in the 11th, 12th century sort of thing. That's the way Europe tends to roll. And your battered old Jeep kind of sitting in the middle of the town, for lack of a better term.
I'll honk the horn and flash the lights once I see him.
Okay.
Is the fire visible from here now?
There's a little bit of a glow to your north, but it's certainly not the raging fire that it was when it swept through where you were camping.
Okay. Yeah. she's going to whichever people have been kind of able to converse with her in something that resembles English. She'll tell them good luck, gotta go, and jog back to her jeep.
Okay.
Sup, Serge?
Oh, as long as they're only planning on protecting that one building, they might be okay. Here's hoping. Maybe it'll peter out before it gets here. Maybe the winds will change. Yeah. Once Karpinski is in the... Karpinski is in the jeep, we got to take off.
Okay, where are we heading? Heading west?
West is going to put us back in... No, wait. West should be fine as long as we don't run into the fire. We got to find out where he ended up, too.
We have about a quarter tank of fuel. So
Yep, we do. Chris, how far would that get us roughly?
It depends on whether you're sticking to the roads or whether you're going off road. That will vastly impact both your speed and your fuel consumption. The bigger problem being is that the roads are more likely to be patrolled.
Right. But how far can we get on a quarter of a tank on the roads?
On the roads with the fuel that you have left. Let's see. You have 14 liters of fuel. You have 4. You can get about 30 kilometers.
and we have 20 in the loot pile, right?
Yep.
Okay, so 14 liters gets us about 30 kilometers via road. How far via the woods? Off-road?
Oh, so much less.
Yeah,
It's like a quarter or something.
it's ridiculously low.
Yes. Basically, on the map, your fuel consumption for your vehicle is 2. So it takes 2 fuel per hex. Because you're burning alcohol, that's doubled. And then if you go off-road, it's doubled again.
Oh, God.
So 4 fuel per hex. And 8 fuel per hex off-road.
Yep.
And this quarter of a tank, 14 liters, is how much fuel?
14 liters.
Oh, so it's 14 fuel.
Yep.
Okay. But that would be 2 liters of actual gas.
Yep.
Okay.
Most vehicles don't run on actual gas because the fuel line dried up like 2 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. So what we've got is alcohol. What we scavenged was alcohol as well.
Yep.
Good. All right. Do we see Karpinski yet?
Yes, he's there.
Oh, good. Oh, okay.
My first
I
one
hadn't
was
heard Trevor say anything, so I was like,
yeah. My first one was like honking the horn and flashing the lights.
yeah. Why I came over. I didn't know if he had just seen him or if he was actually at the Jeep.
I think the big question is whether this fire's coming this way or not.
Somebody can give me a call it a survival roll. Whoever is best at survival, actually.
Yep, I can do that.
Wow.
Based on kind of the dampness of the ground and the earth around it, the fact that there's some like open terrain, you're pretty sure that it's not going to reach Capno. It will, and as you look, as like the sun is starting to set, it looks like it's already burning itself up. But you don't know how far it traveled before it got to you where you guys were.
I think the city is safe. It should not get here. Everything is wet. Everything is damp. The fire's been running for a while. If it would have burned up to here, if it was strong enough, it would already be here. Town should be safe.
It's stone. It will survive a forest fire. It's hundreds of years old. This won't be its first one.
True. It'll be the first one for a while, though, without any kind of fire department.
Just thinking, Sarge, if we help these guys out, maybe they can help us out too, right? And we got stuff to trade.
That's why I went over initially. I just didn't want us to miss Karpinski if he. Where did you end up?
Oh, I wandered, got off track, found a small burning village with a Soviet patrol.
Burning village?
Just a few buildings. Less than half a dozen Russian soldiers going building to building. Looks like they were searching the place and torching the place.
Oh, assholes setting fires. Great. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'd like one of us to stay with the vehicle just in case. Not that I don't trust these people, but I don't know these people. The other three can help out. If things go poorly, we are leaving.
Roger that, Sarge. I'll stick with the vehicle if you don't mind.
Sure.
Those of you that are helping can make a stamina roll.
I would think I would obligated to help. I ain't going to blow this roll though.
I don't know why it's rolling and calling me the Jeep.
Do you have the Jeep selected as a token?
I do,
That would
but I
be
don't have anything else. I can't unselect it.
Just click someplace else on the map and you should be able to.
I have clicked somewhere else on the map. It's not unselecting the Jeep.
Yeah, it won't let me either.
If you left click to release an object.
Yeah, I tried that too.
Try shift and click the object.
Okay. Hopefully.
Hey, that worked.
There we are.
All right. So you guys put in some time getting this town, safe and secure. There's, not only do they get the water ready, but they also basically get some sandbags and but they do everything that they can. And Boris is quite right. This is not the first time that this village has faced a forest fire. But you work into the wee hours of the morning, basically taking that entire shift. But you have secured the village from the fire.
Woot. And during this,
Should be good.
Bradley will stay by the Jeep, with the door open, rifle kind of, it's up, but it's not super threatening by any means. But he's making it clear that you shall not approach.
No problem at all. So, by the time you guys are done, what's your plan? The villagers thank you. The gentleman that seems to be in charge, the mayor, for lack of a better term, named Roman. Regretfully, we don't have spare space for you to sleep. Well, no, we can make some room since you helped. And then perhaps in the morning we can find a way to repay you.
I take it. Is Karpinski translating this, or is Roman speaking English?
Yeah, I can absolutely translate. I can speak both languages.
That's much better. Roman does speak some English, but having Boris translate is significantly better. But they do offer you to stay in basically one of the rooms in what used to be, you're guessing probably the town hall, maybe. But it's like a multi-winged 3-story stone and brickwork building. Very, very solid construction.
I was expecting bar.
You were expecting what?
Barn.
Oh,
But yes, they basically they go around, they get the children settled, stuff like that. You guys are largely left to your own. They do show you to a room, and there's like some, they brought in some cots and things. It's not the most comfortable sleep, but it is so much better than sleeping in the Jeep in the cold.
Can you ask them if there's a place that we can hide the Jeep? Because if we can hide the Jeep,
Sure.
then
I'll pass
we'll
that
just
message along.
we'll just get Vlad to take the spark plugs out or something.
Yeah, I'll pass that message along.
Yes, we can find a place.
And that way, McPherson doesn't have to stay out in the cold all night.
So yeah,
Appreciate that, Serge.
they do. For this evening's purposes, you guys are considered to be safe and secure. Your Jeep is tucked away. You have someplace warm to sleep. Actual
That'll be
beds.
nice. Oh, like actual real beds?
Well, cots, but
Okay.
Close enough.
Just wanted to check. Is it like stretched fabric or an actual mattress? Because those are worlds apart. One I've had in the past year, the other I haven't. Oh, yeah, bed is so much nicer.
It's not time yet.
What?
One more minute.
You slept in the Jeep. Fuck off.
Ah!
I will throw something at you. I will throw something cold and wet at you.
Oh, come on. All right, I'm up.
What?
I'm up.
Jesus.
American military discipline at its finest.
Just Canadian. Thank you very much. He's American. Yes,
That's
absolutely.
what I meant.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm too
I'm
tired to
just-
quit, but I'm sleeping now.
I'm just happy to be horizontal. I'm injured and I have been up for a while.
What do you need to say about all this if I would rest it? I'll do that tomorrow.
So as a result of getting a good night's sleep, everybody heals one health, one stamina, or one stress. But as you come to, nobody wakes you, so you're not entirely sure what time it is when you wake up. But the sun is shining. Doesn't seem to be anybody around. You kind of crack your eyes open. You don't hear the pitter patter of little feet. There's no little kids staring at you as you wake up.
There's no gun in my face.
Stole my Jeep. I'm sure they
No
stole the
one's
Jeep.
feet in my face.
So yeah, there's no gun pointed in your face, nothing of that. And then just as you're starting to wake up and you're still a little bit bleary-eyed, there is sunlight kind of streaming in through the window, so you know that it's definitely late morning. And then in the distance you hear a deep resonating booming sound, which you all immediately identify as artillery fire.
Fuck.
Off in the distance. I mean, right now, we can hear it at our house, and we're a good 20 kilometers away from the artillery range.
True. That's true.
Still fuck.
Yeah. It's one of those sounds that just kind of resonates through you.
And yeah, and it definitely sounds like there are still engagements happening out there in the world.
All right, Sarge, what are you thinking?
Thinking it was nice while it lasted. Okay.
We can see if we have anything to trade and try to see where we're going next.
Exactly. And we need to find out what direction that artillery fire is coming from, so that we don't end up running right into it. West or south or southwest is all, I think. She's doing all this still laying in bed with her eyes closed. I think they're all roughly the same distance out of the country from here. But one of those three directions.
You guys figure that out. I'm going to go take a look at the Jeep, make sure it's in one piece.
Yeah.
I still have the spark plugs.
Oh, thanks.
Good. Hopefully they didn't have any.
Everybody can remember to cross off some food and water for the day.
Right.
Can
I'm
we
pretty
cross
much at the-
off the loot list?
Whichever.
Yeah,
Okay.
take food and water off the loot list for me too, because I'm down to 1 and 1.
Okay.
Yeah, I suggest we eat the wild food because it lasts only for a week before we eat our ration.
Exactly.
I'm gonna eat another wolf meat, so because it's older.
Okay. Tony, are you eating rations or wild food?
Well, we might as well do the wild food, right? So I'm going to take my food and water from wild food and the water on the loot table.
Okay, so I'll update the loot list.
Okay.
Trevor, where are you getting your water?
Is there any place we can get water here?
We have some.
Yeah, I'll take it from you guys because I'm down to one. And I
Okay.
shared with you guys already.
Yep. And Vlad?
Probably the same, I think.
Hopefully. All right. So I've got the wild food, we're down to 7. The water, we're down to 3.
Oof.
Yeah.
So we're by a river, right? Fairly close to a river.
Yep, there's a difference between
I don't know how clean it is, but
yeah.
I mean, hopefully this town is old enough they might have a manual water pump. Like a hand pump here somewhere. I mean, they've got to be getting their water from someplace.
So as you guys kind of make your way out of the building, checking the jeep. Jeep is fine, still intact. Everything is still in it. No sign of people in the building. No sign of people around town. But you do hear some singing coming from one of the buildings a little bit down from the town hall.
Oh, they're in church.
Of
Yeah,
course,
can I hear the lyrics?
their city just got city settlement now just got spared from a wildfire.
Well, it is Sunday.
Shit, and it's Sunday.
Can I hear the lyrics of what they're singing? Is it Sunday school songs?
It is very definitely a hymn. So what would you guys like to do?
What do you think, Sarge?
We're waiting for them to get out. Keep taking a look around though.
Yeah, I'd like to do some recon around the village and see what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Whoever is best at recon can give me a recon roll.
I get an A and a B.
That's really good.
So yeah, taking a look around the village, it looks like it was once a much larger town, but there's a handful of buildings left standing, primarily older ones. It looks like underneath the snow, some of the land has been parceled out for farms. They're making a go of it. Your best guess would be that these are people who probably lived here their whole lives and aren't about to let the threat of yet another invading army deter them from their way of life. I mean, this is like the 3rd or 4th time Poland has been invaded in like the last 4 or 5 decades. So they're that sort of like, stubborn, resolute country folk.
Good on them.
But yeah, the houses that remain standing, they're tidy. Some of them are patchwork. Some of them had been, pieces cobbled together from other buildings to make what repairs they can. But nothing strikes you, especially as a trained intelligence operative, nothing strikes you as being out of the ordinary or potentially dangerous.
All right.
Any indication which direction that artillery fire is coming from?
You're gonna guess probably the north, since you guys are only about 50 kilometers south of Calais, and that was that was a major engagement.
Okay. So it probably wasn't the forces then that Karpinski saw over to the west.
No, that was a small group of like 5. For all you know, they may have been stragglers from Soviets, much like you guys
Yeah.
are.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Good. Yeah. Vlad,
Yes.
if we run into Russians, the ones that Karpinski mentioned,
Yes.
I don't know if they're working their way in this direction or north, south, west, no clue. Are you leaving with them or are you sticking with us?
If they're trying to go back to motherland, that's not the direction I want to go. I don't think. I don't think I would go with other Russian right now, considering my situation. I'd be sticking with you if you Davi.
Good, just wanted to clarify. If we need to, for whatever reason, if you need to claim that we're your prisoners, we need to set up some kind of signal that that's what we're doing. That hopefully they don't notice, but we all recognize. And then after the Russians are gone, things can go back to normal. But if shit hits the fan, you're on our side.
Yes.
Good.
Let's say if I mention Kepno while talking to them, I'm playing the prisoner part. So if you hear Kepno through the speech, it's mean I'm doing the thing.
Okay,
Does that work?
that works. We just need to let McPherson and Karpinski know,
Yes, just in case.
just in case.
Right.
But go for it.
So yeah, a little bit before lunch, the service seems to let out, and you see it's oddly normal to see, on a Sunday morning, folks, exiting a church. The priest is who you recognize as Roman, who you spoke to in the previous evening, is greeting people at the door. Like, it looks normal. Children start running around to go and play in the snow, and parents are chasing after their children, and periodically you do see a flinch or two from people when the artillery sounds kind of echo through. But and when everybody has essentially left, Roman approaches you, and again, having Boris translate, it's like, I hope you don't mind, but we thought we would let you sleep. We didn't know if you wanted to join our service or not, and we didn't wish to come across as imposing.
Well, we didn't want to intrude.
So I assume that you are making your way somewhere.
Yes. And thank you for the overnight accommodations. It was greatly appreciated.
I would be a very poor example if I was to let you sleep in the cold after helping us protect ourselves.
You could have given us a manger. I've heard that's a tradition or something. We'd have been fine.
But we certainly do appreciate your assistance.
We have some things that we can trade before we go. If you have things that we need, we'd appreciate that.
We can certainly see what we may have that we can spare. Was there anything in particular that you would need on your journey?
Fuel, water. Those are the two biggest things.
All right. Somebody can roll a d6 for fuel.
Somebody who rolls better than I do would be nice. Yorick rolls well.
They do, in fact, have some fuel. They have 70 liters of fuel that they have managed to siphon out of some of the vehicles and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Do they have a water pump or a well or something where we can get water?
Somebody can roll me a d6. They do not currently have any clean water. At least none to spare.
Yeah. Could you ask them if they have a map or a compass they could spare?
I'll translate.
Okay. Somebody can roll me a d6 for navigation equipment. They do not.
I tried. We might want to ask if they have. I think we use most of our medical supply.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Somebody
Like
can
basic
roll...
things we.
Yep. Roll me a d6 for medical supplies.
It's either Yorick or Tony.
Trying to roll.
They do not have any spare medical supplies either.
Damn. Well, fuel's the big thing.
I mean, we have a lot of guns.
We do have a lot of guns. Do they have any bullets,
Do
though?
we have? Do we have a ammo for that?
Got some, yeah.
That's good.
What else do they have, Chris?
It's really more a matter of you guys going like, do you have
What we ask
any
for?
spare? Yeah.
Okay. Sure. We'll ask about bullets.
Somebody can roll me a d6.
And I'm gonna ask for spare parts.
Hmm.
If I need to fix something.
Okay. They do have ammunition. Oof. They have like 120 rounds of assorted small gun. Sorry, they do have 120 rounds of assorted small arms ammunition. And if you're looking for spare parts, you can roll a d6. And they do have some spare parts.
Great. Especially when
Excellent.
it's something break.
They have 5, probably an assortment of like some general, some vehicle, and like a weapon spare part. So we'll say 2 general, 2 vehicle, 1 weapon.
Great. The vehicle still needs some repair, so that's gonna come in handy.
Yeah.
Are toolkits a thing?
Toolkits are definitely a thing.
Probably want toolkits if they have them. Weapon kits, vehicle kits.
Yep. Somebody can roll me a d6. They do not have any toolkits.
Hi. Blah. God. So what? Fuel, ammo.
Yeah, it
Parts,
looks like
right?
it looks like they have some spare parts, they have fuel, and they have ammo. Probably stuff that they've scavenged. The other stuff, like they have food, they have med kits, but they don't have any that they can spare.
At some point, we'll have to find a generator or something.
A generator? For what? A still would be handy. That way we could make our own fuel. I mean, slowly, but
Generator to keep the batteries going in the radio.
true.
Generator is if we want to make anything like making fuel, making anything, we need electricity.
Do you need electricity or
Crucial.
just fire for the still, Chris?
You don't need electricity for a still.
Excellent.
Okay, my bad.
So if we bought everything, what would that cost?
Okay, so fuel is 15 per liter.
And there was what, 70 liters?
70 liters.
So that's 1,050.
Yep. The 2 vehicle spare parts are 50 each.
So that's 100.
The 2 general spare parts are 10 each.
Okay, 20.
The weapon spare part is 25.
Okay,
And the ammo is 1 for 1.
140.
They had 120 ammo.
120.
And that's if we're paying for everything in bullets.
Everything has a bullet value, so like if you're like, this rifle's worth 120 and so on and so forth.
So that's 1315 total.
Now, bear in mind, you can only actually take so much fuel, right? Like your Jeep will hold currently 51. And then do you have a way to hold excess fuel?
We do have
We
jerry
have
cans.
2. Yes, we got 2 jerrycans.
Yep. And it seems to be one of those is still full and the other one is empty, I believe.
One is at 5 and one is at 3. So yeah.
Well, no, that's the condition those jerry cans are in.
Oh, gotcha.
The jerry can holds 20 liters.
So one's empty, one's full. Yeah.
Yep.
So we could take 71 liters total. 51 in the car and 20 and one of the jerrycan.
So yeah,
yeah, we've only got
71 total.
pretty close because we've only got 14 liters left in the Jeep.
Yeah, we can carry 71. They only have 70, right?
Yep.
So we can carry all that. We can carry all the rest. Can we trade for 1315?
Well, got what?
Oh, then we get into reliability too, right? So
We got a bunch of spare guns.
Yeah, we've got like 8 theoretically. If we want to get rid of them all.
I'd like to keep one bolt action rifle if we can, because the ammo is easier to get, right?
I wouldn't mind keeping one of each. Because we've got 2 AKM magazines. And we've got 2 bolt action magazines as well.
So that's 369, 1800, and then reliability comes into play. Should be close though, right?
With goodwill, hopefully.
Sorry, what were you looking to sell? Or trade?
3 of the AKMs and 3 of the bolt action rifles. Each worth at surface 300 bullets, depending on the reliability.
Okay.
We're definitely keeping the reliability 4 AKM though. And one of
Right.
the reliability 3 bolt action rifles.
Yeah, okay, 1 second.
We're really, really gonna need to find a place to get water.
This time I'm not the angler.
Yeah, what skill is used for haggling, Chris?
Persuasion. The condition that the guns are in, they are worth 930.
We have some clothing.
I'd
we could
really love
toss.
the visual parts.
Yeah. I mean, right now it's nice to have a change of clothes, but
Yeah, well, they will definitely take the clothing. Okay. That gets you up to 1,010.
they said they were going to offer us something for helping, or was that the place to stay overnight?
And that was the warm bed overnight.
I was hopeful.
It allowed everybody to sleep at the same time and nobody had to keep watch.
I I think just be willing to trade is a gift.
Well, that too. Trading with no guns being pointed at anyone is a nice change.
Okay. So what else are you willing to trade? Or what else are you willing to not take? As it is, you have almost enough for the fuel.
I have an AKM on me that I took in the fight that I could always put in the pile.
What condition is yours in?
It's 5 reliability.
Oh, okay.
It has
We
not
can
been
put in-
broken. It's
Excellent. We can put in then the AKM that has reliability 4.
yep, no problem. I never
It's more
shot with it.
making sure
Just
that
took
we have. Yeah, it's more making sure that we have bullets. Really nice to have a gun that actually uses them.
Okay.
Yep.
So what was the number you were trying to get to? 13 something?
Yeah, Tony has the number. He'll be back in just a sec.
I'm back right now.
So
What
was
are we
it?
doing?
What was the number you were trying to get to?
1315.
All right. You're not quite there. That's after selling off your AKMs, most of your bolt actions, your spare clothing.
Are we close?
You are about 35 away.
God damn.
So did we sell all the AKMs?
Yes,
You kept
because
yeah, Vladimir kept his. That's reliability 5, and you kept one of the bolt action rifles.
but we're getting rid of the other 4 AKMs.
Okay, so let's get rid of 2 of the magazines for the AKMs. Leaves 2. Should get us over, right?
One should get us over, I think.
Yeah, one'll get you close enough.
Okay.
Excellent. I will leave the loot updating to Tony.
Oh god. Okay, so all the AKMs are gone. We've lost 1 mag of the AKMs.
Just a second. I'll delete the stuff that you sold.
Perfect.
Do anyone want the 5 reliability AKM from me? It's more likely to use it on top of their heads.
You can hold on to it for now.
Okay. I took it in the fight just in case. But
Just well, better in your hands than the enemy's, right?
yep.
Even if you're not sure how to use it, still better in your hands.
Just in case I end up jamming something.
Even if you just club them with it, I don't care. As
I
long
think
as
this
they're
day
not
is going
shooting.
pretty well.
This has been a disturbingly good day.
There, give me half a sec there, Tony, and I will delete the thing. So if nobody messes around with the loot sheet, I will update the stuff that you sold.
Okay. 70 fuel's a lot, right?
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot if you go on the road.
Yeah. But I mean, any fuel's better if you're on the road. Oh. Turpinski and McPherson, if we run into Russians, Vlad is going to talk to them, and if he needs to claim that we're his prisoners to get us all out of there, then he's going to mention this town so that we all have a word we recognize him saying if he's speaking in Russian.
So Kep knows the safe word.
Kepno is the safe word,
All right.
so to speak.
So by the time you guys finish all your trading, get everything together, and the people are more than willing, like, you know, they're genuinely sorry that they don't have anything to spare, but they do have mouths to feed here. But they do tell you that they do tell you to avoid Wroclaw, which is a major city. That this road that leads kind of westward leads to Wroclaw, where the bridge over the river is. But it is heavily patrolled by the Soviets.
That was to the west?
Yes, basically this kind of major road that leads west out of Kepno heads to Wroclaw. It's probably about 60-70 kilometers away, but it is Soviet. But it is also one of the major bridges across the river.
Is there
Is
another
there
bridge?
any other? Exactly what I'm going to ask.
Is there another bridge we can take to get across the river? Ideally southward.
If you go, they do tell you that if you go southwest, past Namastow and through the forest, there's a bridge near the town of Brizig. If you go due south from here into the forest and then westward through the forest, there are two bridges at the village of Opole or Opole. My Polish pronunciation is so bad. So yeah, there are bridges south, but Wroclaw is the only bridge that you will find west. Everything else will require you going south first and then hooking west.
So we have to go around.
Yeah.
Unless you want to go through.
I'd rather go south and then west.
So would I.
I don't
All
think
right.
we're.
So it's southwest, roughly how far? Before we have to south and then west through the woods to Brizig?
To Brizig, yeah, there's some little woods. You're gonna go south for probably about 20-ish kilometers, and then you're gonna, like, if you just follow this south road,
Okay.
keep to the right, and it will take you past Namastow, and then onto Brizig.
Past Brazow?
Namastow. Namystow.
And how is Brizig spelled? Because I can't see it on the map.
Brzeg.
Okay.
And there is a bridge there.
Okay, so by the road goes southwest 20 kilometers past. Is Namistow what's 20 kilometers away, or is it Brizig that's 20 kilometers away?
Namaste.
Okay.
You know what we
And then-
need? We need a boat.
We need a map.
We need a map and a boat.
I'd take a map and a boat.
I mean,
I mean,
if we've got to choose.
if we're going to a town where there is a village, there might be boat we can get our hands on.
We should have asked for the map at the last village.
I asked for a map. They didn't have a map.
These folks don't have a map. And
Yeah,
the
I
only
was thinking
place
about.
we
I was talking about here.
Yeah. The last place we were running from, we didn't grab a map.
Well, Sarge, daylight's burning, and all I can hear is artillery. We gotta go somewhere.
Yep, we're going southwest. And
Nemistav?
how far? How far away is Pole?
About 60, 70 kilometers.
And that's by road.
Mostly.
Okay. How far past Namistow is it to Brizig?
But another 30 kilometers.
Okay, yeah, Brizig's our goal then. Even though there's only one bridge as opposed to two. But we'll see you hopefully when we get there. Hopefully. And hopefully we find a map somewhere on the way.
Alrighty, so you guys are setting out in the early evening, or are you staying the night?
Is the artillery fire getting closer?
No, it's definitely all
Okay.
concentrated up in that area.
Okay. How many shifts do we have left in the day?
This is going into the start of the evening, so there's morning, afternoon, evening, and night.
So there's one shift left before we sleep.
Yes.
Okay. If we all go out looking for water, stay another night here,
It's a good plan.
and then head southwest. Because we need water. We don't have enough. We're not going to get us through 2 days.
Yeah, makes some sense.
Gee, thanks.
Okay, makes some sense, Sarge.
They didn't kidnap me 2 months ago and haul me across the ocean. All right. So, Karpinski, if you can just make sure with Roman that that's fine with them, that we stay another night. I don't
All
want
right.
them uneasy.
Certainly. One more night should be fine.
We'll leave in the morning.
Thank you.
Thank you for letting us stay again.
You're welcome. We've had trouble in the past with people who overstayed.
No doubt. We're not them.
You can tell he definitely seems nervous about the idea of letting you stay another night, but he's willing to.
She'll tap her Canadian flag and give him a smile.
Make a persuasion roll.
I have no persuasion. Which sucks because I have like psyops.
That's why no
I'm
one
in the same
respects
boat.
you.
If I'm in the same boat as you, I don't have persuasion either. I got all these skills that work great with persuasion.
I have persuasion.
Yeah. You're not Canadian, though.
I can also drive a tank, which we don't have.
That's true. And a boat, which we
And a
don't
boat,
have.
which
Seems
we
to me
don't
we're
have.
actively avoiding the tank.
Oh, hey, look at that.
All right. So he kind of smiles and kind of jokingly, he's like, "Oh, do you know my friend Vanislav from Toronto?"
So close.
Fucking
I
Branislavs,
lived
eh?
I lived 2 towns down.
Oh, I see. But yes, they are willing to let you guys stay for the extra night.
Thought that guy was from Fredericton.
Who? Oh,
Branislav.
Honest love.
yeah.
That bastard.
Oh God.
He got out of Fredericton when he made it red.
So you guys are foraging for some water.
Yes.
We are, yep.
All right. So one person can give me a survival roll. With let me just check how aid works.
I think I'll stay with the Jeep anyway, just to make your life easier and to save the Jeep.
She was safe here last night. Should be safe here again tonight.
It's always a new day.
It is always a new day. That's true. How bad are you? Like, do you get lost walking down a path? Do you get lost in gardens? Parks?
Hallways, even.
Holy shit. Yeah, okay.
So for each person helping you, you get a +1 modifier. No more than 3 people can help with a single roll. So the maximum modifier you get is +3.
You've gotten lost in a mall, haven't you?
You know that boar you're eating? I saw it.
So he gets, if we have Vlad roll it, since I think he's got the best survival, he gets a plus for me and from Trevor.
Yep.
I'm back.
So he gets a
Yay!
he gets a +2 from the help, but a -2 because you're foraging in winter.
Ugh, but it's for water.
It's specifically for clean water.
Yeah, that's true. All the snow right now is covered in a dusting of ash.
It's the good with my dice. I already have the maximum dice I can get, so the +2 negate the -2, so it's already
Yeah.
maximum.
That works.
I cannot get more than 2d12.
Oh, wow. Awesome. Roll.
And this is why we get York to roll things.
My
Can I get
two
you to,
best roll are stamina and survival.
Can I get you to blow on my dice or something like they do in Vegas? Because, man,
There is no cure for your dice.
there is no cure for my dice. No, that's true.
Oh, don't worry, I'll get a critical fail in a very important roll at some point. It always does that.
I just want to say we're 2 hours in and haven't got shot yet.
Yeah, it's nice.
And we've had a
right?
good night's sleep.
And we're about to get another one, hopefully.
This is not what I expected from this game.
Oh, I'm sure it'll change the minute we get out of town.
So I need whoever has the best recon to give me a recon check.
I believe that's me.
I think so, because mine is an B and a B.
A and a B.
There you go.
There is a -2.
Oh, do you want me to re-roll that?
Yes. All right. So as you're going along and you know you find like a little stream that you can kind of like fill up your water bottles and stuff at. And as you know, Boris, you're looking around, kind of a little bit wary, and you don't know, just through sheer luck, you managed to get to this stream, to this watering hole. But as you look back the way that you've come, you can see a couple little depressions here and there in the snow, indicating that you guys have wandered some distance into an active minefield.
Oh,
Watch the Jeep, baby.
You mentioned that we hadn't gotten shot.
I have a
Thanks.
bonus. I have a bonus with mines.
Yes. Oh, thank goodness.
Now +1 for disarming explosive device and to find them.
I love this game.
Yeah. So yeah, you have a bonus to place or disarm mines. And
And to
yeah, and to your roll to avoid mines.
right.
So yes, you guys, you found this stream. You're super happy to have found a source of some fresh water. Unfortunately, getting back out may be a problem.
Theoretically.
time for that critical failure roll there.
Theoretically,
Would have it.
if we follow our footsteps that we used walking in, we should be okay walking out, right?
That is the theory, yes. So basically, if your plan is to, you kind of have two opportunities here. You can try to pick your way carefully across the minefield, looking for the depressions, which is a recon roll, or you can try to backtrace your steps, which is a mobility roll.
I think
I don't know about you
either
guys, but I'm
recon-
doing recon.
My recon is better than my mobility, yeah. Shit.
So
I will note,
definitely.
if you guys want to travel together, like, one person in the lead, everybody else behind them, then only the person in the lead needs to make the roll.
And what happens to the person behind us if I blow up?
Then we look
Oh,
at
we're
blast.
just standing here while you make a trail.
If you're not following directly behind him, then you're going to have to make your own mobility checks.
Okay. So it's all together or not at all.
Yes, basically one person can roll and everybody lives or dies by that roll, or everybody can roll separately.
All for one and one for.
Exactly.
Tune in next time for session 0 of Twilight 2000.
McPherson might be waiting by that Jeep for a long time.
Gonna pull
That's
some
awesome.
get ridges.
All right, so do we have tons of water? I'm looking for the bright side here.
How much water did we get?
All right. Technically, you get enough to fill your canteens and your water bottles. So I believe most people started with.
I thought we started with like 4.
Yeah, people started with a various amount. So I will say that everybody has 4 water.
Okay.
And make a note that between canteens and water bottles, you have 4 water containers.
All right.
And that includes getting enough for Bradley as well.
Thanks, guys. You're doing great.
If we get back.
Yeah.
So-
If we get back.
Is one person rolling, or is everybody rolling their own?
I got an A and B, but I've rolled well all game, so.
I have a B and a B. If I do my own
I have-
recon.
If I do recon, I have B, and if I do, I have B and D. So I'm probably gonna follow you.
All right. Do you guys want to follow me, or do you want to make your own rolls?
Oh, I'm following.
I'll follow you.
Chris, you need to know what order they're going in?
Nope.
If it's gonna take out one, it's
Comforting.
gonna take them all out.
I
Gotcha.
love this game so much.
Oh shit.
So recon, eh?
Recon or mobility, your choice.
Recon, because I don't have mobility.
All right.
Praise be Jesus.
Okay. So
I listen to this. I listen to the sound. Not to lift this foot, so I try to disarm it.
so very, very carefully, Boris kind of picks his way back across this field. The two of you following close behind. And it does take some time. Like one of the things, if you ever run into a like a battle map with mines on it, you get to move one hex as your action, and you can't push it for extra speed. Like you move carefully and deliberately through this minefield.
Yep.
Until he kind of lets out a sigh of relief, indicating that you are clear of it.
Good job. Oh,
Whew. That was not fun.
that was not. Nope. Definitely not.
And there are mines there if anybody wants to, disarm and claim one.
Well, I'm going to stand back and watch if anybody does from a safe distance.
You and me both. We should let Roman know that these are here, though. They're
Yeah, for sure we will.
yeah.
I'm tempted and just
Sorry, all I could make out was that you were tempted.
I'm tempted to take one.
I mean, I do have the explosion rules and the critical injury rules right handy here, just in case.
Yeah, you want to give it a shot?
We don't have enough medkits to patch him up if something goes badly.
Yeah, but rolling characters is fun in this game.
That's true. Kind of is.
Yeah, it's a little like, but,
You do have to have at least a knife or a stick.
I have a knife.
Do you want to try to clear a mine?
What do you guys think?
Last poor Yurik.
We've been waiting on that. Yes, I would do it if I was in your shoes, but I'm an idiot.
So the idiot vote is to try to get a mine. I would not. We don't need them, and we're leaving. I mean, they're a threat to Roman's people.
Let's just one moment. Really make them explode. Then in Norway.
I mean, we could stand. We could stand a ways away and start lobbing snowballs at them, and see if we can set them off.
It takes
But
way
that's-
more than a snowball.
That's probably going to draw the Russians toward us. Because I'm pretty sure it
Yeah,
wasn't Roman's crowd that set these mines.
I'm just warning Roman.
Okay. I will put away my explosion rules.
I'm sure
I knew
you'll
you were
get a
going to be.
chance.
I knew you were going to be sad.
I mean, I'm really good at using explosives. We need to find a bit. My roll is not that good.
I can't believe you let that go.
You know, temptation.
But by not doing it, he is kind of earning Wilson's trust.
Nighttime comes. You guys have some water now. You bed down for the evening. Again, nobody has to keep watch. Everybody is. No, the shelling is still continuing. Like there is still shit happening up north.
Give McPherson his 4 water.
Nice.
We get 4 total, like whatever we needed to get up to 4, right?
Yes.
Just double checking.
But morning comes, the 19th. You guys are ready to set out after you have some breakfast.
Breakfast.
Finishing my last wolf.
Bacon.
And then I can get on the bacon later. But today I'm finishing my last wolf.
So we're warning Roman about the mines,
Okay.
and then we're heading out.
Okay. So which way are you guys heading?
Southwest.
Okay. Southwest. Following the road or going off-road?
We're going to have an easier time. Since we don't have a map, we're going to have an easier time finding it by staying on the road. We'll be able to travel faster. So I think we'll take the risk.
Perfect.
And hopefully we don't run into anybody.
Alrighty, I need a driving roll.
Driving. Okay, that's me.
And there's a +3 since you're staying on the road.
That's a whole lot easier.
Folks took their food off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Took it from my inventory since I still had a bit of wolf.
Okay. I'm just
Was my
taking
last
mine
wolf though?
for now.
So as you're driving along, is anybody keeping watch while you're driving?
Yes. Tony, are you putting in the stuff we bought to the loot list?
I did not know.
Okay.
I think Chris did the fuel already.
I added the
No, he just out.
yeah. I added
no,
the
he added the alcohol.
yeah. I added the 51 fuel to the Jeep
Okay.
to top up the tank. And then you have one full jerry can and one with 19 liters in it. Whoever is paying attention and keeping watch can give me a recon roll at -2.
Shall I roll that one again?
Yes, please. Does he get extra for me helping?
No, you can't.
Okay.
You can't help keep watch.
Okay.
Off in the distance, kind of to the north of the road, You see what looks like a Soviet tank. It doesn't seem to be.
While we drive,
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be heading in your direction.
while
I'll
we
definitely
drive, I
point
check
that
on
out.
my Soviet radio.
Shit.
So yeah, on your radio, you can pick up. They're just within range. There is some chatter. And it seems like they're basically patrolling around looking for NATO troops. They know in the week or so since Calais fell that a bunch of U.S. and NATO troops basically broke and scattered, and now they're rounding up stragglers. And they are basically just kind of moving in a from where you are. They are moving in kind of an easterly direction, so they are headed kind of sort of back the way in which you came.
Well, let's keep
So they
avoiding
are
them.
coming toward us.
Not so much coming towards you, but like if you guys had not left early in the morning, that you may have run into them on the road.
Oh, are they off the road?
Yes, because they are in a tank.
Okay. Just double checking. It's not like they're going to care about the infrastructure here.
Yeah. So they are they basically pass by you. They do not seem to notice you, but it's enough to indicate that there are active Soviet patrols in the area. And you guys continue on?
I think so.
Oh, yeah. If they haven't noticed us. Is there any... Are they communicating with other people on the radio? Wilson will ask Vlad. Is there any indication where another patrol is?
It's basically just like call signs back and forth. There's no like, I am in this city and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking though that if he was Soviet military, he'd recognize phrases that were being used.
It's enough to indicate that they are actively patrolling for any remnants of the NATO forces.
That might indicate that they have wanting
Sorry.
to avoid town.
And probably about late morning. You guys make pretty good time traveling on the road. So by late morning, probably just before lunch, you come to the washed out remnants of the bridge to Burzeg.
Fuck. Is there any kind of indication that the locals have built a replacement of any kind?
Given the width of the river, it's not feasible.
Nobody's set up a ferry service.
Well, that's a problem.
Yep.
I say we follow the rivers and hope for.
I mean, if we're gonna follow the river, we gotta go what, southeast now?
Yep. Bridge or a boat.
Southeast would be the closest bridge that we know of. And there were 2 down there, Roman said.
Well, this road to the west was supposed to lead to Shittsville, right?
Shittsville? I don't have any notes about the road to the west.
That was the one that Roman said led to Wroclaw, which was a major Soviet.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Yeah,
That's what I said. Shittsville.
Right. Yes,
the-
Shittsville
That's the
indeed.
place I'm trying to avoid.
Yeah. So yeah, we're going southeast. I imagine it's probably going to be faster for us to go through the woods. And we'll just keep an eye on the river to guide us. Because, I mean, we're looking for a bridge. It's the only place it's going to be. And hopefully someone in Apole has a fucking map.
Well, I mean, we're not sitting in a plains, right? They're driving a jeep through a natural forest next to a river.
That's
It's
why
tricky, right?
That's why it takes so long and so much fuel.
Just so you're aware, Serge.
Oh, I'm not saying drive like 2 feet from the bank. As long as we can still see river. I mean, the fucking thing's as wide as you could ask for. As long as we can still see it off to our right, we're fine.
I have many doubts.
You get lost in a mall. I lived outside for years. Trust me. Keep the river on our right, and we'll be fine. I mean, barring Soviet involvement. Until we get to
Should be
Apole.
able to keep us on track.
Exactly.
I'm sure I could follow the river. I'm just saying that the terrain here is not flat.
Yes, I could see that. But the terrain we were in before wasn't exactly flat either. We're going to have to off-road it. If we go back to Namistov and then southeast, we're not only going to run into that Soviet patrol again, but it's going to take us, 30 kilometers back to Namistov from here, and then probably 50-ish to get down to Opole. That's if it's a direct route. We're definitely not going to have enough fuel for that.
I just want to say for the record, I am better at driving a tank than I am driving this Jeep.
Well, sadly, the Soviets didn't offer to trade with us. So
Nobody even asked. Maybe they would have.
That's why I should have taken the mine. To make a trade.
All right.
trade us your tank and we won't throw this mine in front of you? Is that how
So
that works?
I think we're heading southeast.
All right. So you're gonna throw the Jeep into gear, kind of click down into off road.
Yeah, we're going 4x4, boys.
All right. So
we are. Just to clarify, the weather is usually around what temperatures? Because before we had our little Discord chat this afternoon, I was thinking, oh, it's probably, after talking to folks in England, it's probably like 3 degrees ish, like hovering around 0. But you said it would be significantly colder.
Yeah, due to the result of the nuclear exchange between superpowers, it's about 10 degrees Celsius cooler than it would be normally this time of year.
How deep? Do we have any idea how deep this river is?
I'm not driving across that river. Don't even start. It's a kilometer across.
I wasn't thinking so much going across the river. I have great doubts about the thickness of that ice in the middle. I was thinking more driving along the bank on the river, because I seem to remember hearing something about some curling trips or some hockey trips that were made from Nakawik to Grand Falls.
Oh yeah, those trips. But listen, I got to tell you a story. I have a friend named Christopher, and he's a right fucker. There is no way I'm driving on that bank.
As the saying goes, you can certainly try.
We will navigate southeast as long as I'm driving safely away from that river.
All right. So from your navigator, I need a survival roll from the navigator.
Oh, fuck.
I need a driving roll at -2 from your driver.
Ooh.
I'll keep watch.
Okay.
-2.
I'm listening to my radio.
Got nothing to help that.
Oh, wow.
Well, I'm thinking about it. At some point, somebody's gonna have to stand watch, so maybe someone should take a rest while we drive.
What time of day is it roughly, Chris?
It's late morning.
Oh, we've got plenty of time.
It's maybe a bit early for that. I'm gonna listen to my radio while we ride, so just in case somebody get close.
Do you need a recon roll?
I do need a recon roll for whoever is keeping watch.
What is Karpinski doing right now?
Making a recall drill, I expect.
Excellent.
Any pluses or negatives?
Can 2 people keep watch?
No, only one person can.
Okay.
He's actually really, really good at that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, as you're driving along, and it's thick forest, and you're navigating this Jeep through, so you're not driving even remotely in a straight line. So your speed is halved. Your fuel consumption goes through the roof.
Yeah, we're going 5 kilometers an hour.
You're driving like 5 kilometers an hour. And Kapinski, you're keeping a watch and you're looking for like any sniper activity or anything like that. And then you see kind of ahead of you, kind of through the foliage, and McPherson hasn't noticed it. There's a part of the forest that's missing. There's a gigantic crater right ahead of you.
I suggest we slow down.
Thankfully, since you spotted it, you do not go careening into it. But yes, there's a crater here, and not just like a tiny little crater. Like this is a crater where a nuclear weapon went off. It's got to be 100 meters in diameter.
Oh, Sarge, that's not good.
Shit. All right. Keep that crater on our right until we can see the river again.
So that is going to require a driving roll at -2.
Sounds familiar. I'd like to spend a fortune.
Wrong game.
I would like to push this roll.
Okay.
Oh, that's bad.
Ooh. All right. So the good news is that you do skirt around the crater. You're not long enough there for anybody to take any rads. But as you get kind of clear of it, your vehicle sputters and sputters and then comes to a stop.
God damn it, Vlad. I thought you fixed this thing.
I did. It's supposed to
No.
be working, but we
There-
took a
there's-
bullet in the motor. I'm doing my best.
There's smoke coming out of the hood.
Oh, damn it. Let me check. We bought some parts. Probably something I can manage.
Fuck.
So you get out and you take a look, and I mean it's taken some bumps and some scratches and some dents. But the problem seems to be that there is water has gotten into your fuel. So you need to basically drain the entire tank and then refill it.
There is water in the wine. We need to drain the tank. I mean, we can still drink it, but it's no good for making the car go up. Still
Okay.
antifreeze. We're gonna lose whatever's left in the tanks because some water came in. We'll have to check the pipe in so we're sure that water don't seep in again.
Okay. Do we have... Let me think.
We have all of the water bottle of the water we drank this morning that we could use to get that fuel back. It's not gonna be fuel, but it's alcohol.
It'll burn. Well, just
Yep.
not in an engine.
Yep.
I don't know which has a greater density. I think water does.
Maybe
we burned a bunch of fuel, so
maybe we could distill it again.
But I don't know when the water got in either. I mean, if we went over something and it damaged a hose.
We're gonna need to drain it, and we also need to repair the motor, check the piping and stuff. We bought some piece. We can make some repair.
Yeah. Yeah, use the empty water bottles and recover as much of that fuel as you can. And then we'll try to figure out if there's some way we can get the water or whatever it is out of it.
Maybe we can find someone who want to get drunk and willing to trade for something. We're in Poland.
Has no taste buds. Which, I mean, at this point, could be almost anybody.
Yeah, considering it's pretty much pure ethanol.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be deadly. But there might be a way to get the,
For now, we cannot waste much. Worst case scenario, we just light it up and throw it at people.
Let's
Yeah.
not try to monetize their fuel. See if we can fix the gas tank.
Okay, so I'm gonna drain the tank and try to make some repair.
So who all is working on it, and is there anything anybody else would like to do? Because they're going to be here for a couple hours.
I would like to keep watch.
I would like to assist keeping watch.
I'm thinking sleeping.
Sure. And that way you can use your superior recon in the night.
All right. So I need a tech roll to work on the vehicle. Alrighty. So how many vehicle parts do you guys have?
2, I guess.
Perfect. So you can use both of those to bring your Jeep up to almost as good as new.
I will.
It's better than it's been in quite a while. And you drain out the fuel. You capture what you can, which is probably only about 2 liters. And then you've got, I think, 39 liters that you can put into the tank.
Might as well fill it up.
So we have like 2 liters of tainted oil, tainted alcohol, and the rest back in the fuel.
Yep. At least the weather's holding up, you guys.
Relief.
This entire game is random. So
Yeah.
everything's going really, really good.
Until it isn't.
Alrighty. So it's by the time they're done fixing the Jeep, getting the fuel out, getting it, the all the lines checked, so on and so forth. It's getting on to evening.
Did you need a recon roll from me, by the way?
No, that's fine.
The whole time she's pacing and muttering to herself.
Yeah.
Trying to think of anything that will get that fuel back into a usable state.
A still probably. And bear in mind that you only have like the 2 liters of it because you don't have anything to put the stuff in that you drained out.
Yeah.
So continuing on your way.
I think so.
It's evening?
Yes.
How dark is it?
It's going to be starting to get dark soonish.
Or is it nap time? We have one more shift before nap, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you think you can drive in this light, then
I mean, you have me going cross country, following a river and a crater to my right, so sure. It's going to be slow. I'll do my best.
no, you know what? Fuck it. We'll wait until morning.
You want me to make camp?
Yes, please. I mean, we'll get a little farther away from the radioactive pit, but
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's not all that. It's not realistically radioactive anymore. Otherwise, we'd already be dead.
Yeah, it was radioactive for probably about 200 or 300 meters around it. Like, it was a smaller yield nuke, much more of a tactical nuke as opposed to like a city destroyer. But yeah, you put several kilometers. You guys are like deep into the woods now. So I'm gonna need a survival roll for making camp, and recon roll from whoever is keeping watch.
Okay, I'll assist with the watch, and I have to let my dog out. Be right back.
All right, I'll do the recon. What do I get for the assist?
+1.
And I'm gonna make camp.
There we go. Knew it was time to lose one.
So you can push that if you like, or you can just let the failure stand.
I think I'll push it. So that gives me 1 stress and no change. Correct.
Correct. All right.
I successfully made camp.
All right. So yeah, so you've got a campfire going.
Set up the tent. One sec here.
I'm back.
I'm just setting up a thing.
Okay. Was it Trevor's fault?
Oh,
Yes,
Okay.
it absolutely was.
Can't win all of them.
In this game, you kind of have to win all of them.
All right. So you guys are setting up your camp. Getting ready to tuck into, a nice warm meal. Let's see, there's 4 of you. So just kind of go around the little circle here. So Sergeant Wilson, a shot rings out, catching you in the torso. For 3 damage.
Oh. Well, shit.
Do you have armor in your torso?
Well, I did have a flak jacket, but currently its rating is 0.
Oh, so you do not.
Oh, God.
So that
Mhm.
is 3 damage
Mm-hmm.
and a
So
critical.
that takes me to 5.
Yep, but it's a critical hit.
Mm-hmm. I think I may have just died.
So you fall down. You cannot run. You can only crawl. And if you do not receive medical attention, you will be dead in a round.
Jesus.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so she's standing there muttering to herself about this fucking fuel and trying to think of, density and all this other stuff. And yeah. She drops, and then there's the crack sound of the gun.
And with that, we will go into initiative. So if you look down on your macro bar, one of there should be a macro for draw initiative.
Yep.
Yep. So just click that, and it should do it for you.
How many initiative cards do I want to draw?
Just one.
There are not enough cards left.
Son of a bitch. There's a slight issue with the macro, so even though it's a fresh slate, it always says there's not enough cards, and I have to hit the reset button.
Yeah, it tells me that the deck is being reshuffled. There we
Okay.
go.
We're all gonna die.
Well, no, you guys might be fine. I'm gonna die. I don't have a med kit on me. I don't even know if we have a med kit between us anymore.
All right. I need Vladimir to draw an initiative. There we go. All right. So this shot rings out. Karbitsky is up first.
I don't have a med kit. Can I still run to her rescue?
You can. Medkit basically gives a +1 bonus.
All right. Well, I'm gonna try to stabilize her then.
All right. Healing crits. Each critical injury has a specific effect that you suffer during the healing time indicated, which is measured in days. Stabilizing crits. 1 or more medical aids must be made. Medical equipment gives you a bonus. If you're not incapacitated, you can attempt it on yourself. Takes the same amount of time to perform as the time limit of the critical injury. So it takes you 1 round to do this.
Okay.
So it's a slow action. So it is a medical aid roll.
All right. No bonuses, nothing.
Not unless you have a med kit. All right. So the way this works is you've basically staunched the bleeding. So now instead of dying next round, she's going to die in a stretch, which is 5 to 10 minutes. So you can take 5 to 10 minutes to basically try more medical aid. And every time you succeed, it increases the length of time before she has to make that death saving throw. So
It's so bad.
yeah, so she's still dying. She's not going to die immediately. Bear in mind that if you move or anything, there's a chance that wound will reopen and you'll have to make a death save. But yeah, you get down there and you just shove some cloth into that wound, and you can see she's bleeding internally badly.
That we're being shot at.
Yes, that was a shot that rang out.
She's probably staring up at you in shock with some blood on her lips. Or will be very soon.
That bubbly little blood sleeping under
Yeah,
his lips.
she's definitely staring up at you in shock, like, what the fuck just happened?
All right.
So yeah, just so you know, Anita, I added the critical injury onto your character sheet. It's under your combat thing.
Okay.
That will take us to McPherson.
Does it go in your belonging?
No, it says internal bleeding. Fall down, cannot run, only crawl.
So how far can I move with a minor?
2 hexes. And a mobility check to roll it to move additional.
So 2 for free, right?
2 for free.
So can I move there?
You will need to... Yeah, you can get there. You can... Yep, you're not technically behind cover, but you could fall prone as your action, which would give you total cover.
I would like to take total cover.
Do you want to fire off a shot before you fall prone, or?
If I can, I would.
You can. You will be at -1 for the forest and -2 for not aiming, so you'll be at a -3 total.
That's okay. I have a shitty AK.
You can decide how much ammo you want to throw into it.
Why won't it let me open it?
You may not have ammo.
I assume we have that. I should have ammo.
Yeah, it says 16 or 30. And you guys kept clips for the AK, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
M16. I can't do anything right now. Not sure what's going on. Should I relog?
Yeah, because it's pulling up the attack thing for me. So try hitting F5 to refresh.
Refreshing now. Loading in. All right. So AK. Yeah, nothing. So I'm gonna spend. I'm not trying to hit anything. I'm just trying to spray it. So
Okay.
spend all the bullets on the AK.
Spend all the bullets on the AK. All right. So do you want to push it, or are you happy just with the suppression?
Suppression would be great. They're all in the same hex.
They are not suppressed.
Worth a shot.
Yep. Vladimir, you are up.
Dropping prone is a free action.
Yep.
I'd like to drop prone, aim, and try to take a shot with my sniper.
So you'll be at a -2 because it's going to take your fast action to draw your weapon out.
Right, so I cannot aim.
Right. But you
So-
can fire off a shot at a -3.
I already have it.
I'll try.
Okay. Ooh, that is a hit.
My God.
Perfect. Which guy would you like to hit? There are 4 of them.
Does under the fast side I saw, does one of them seems like an officer or something different than the rest?
You can't tell.
Okay, so the one in the bottom.
The one on the bottom? Yeah.
'Cause from the zoom in on my map, they all look the same, so the one on the
Yeah.
bottom.
Okay. Perfect. That is an automatic critical. Let's check where you hit him. Ooh, in his torso for a critical. Snapped collarbone. So yeah, you just like fire off a shot. Somebody drops out there. That will take us to Wilson.
I think the only action I have available is to lay here and bleed.
No, actually, as long as
I could try to crawl.
yeah, if your health is still above 0, you can still act.
It's not. I had 2 wounds before I took the hit. Or sorry, I only had 3 health left before I took the hit, which dealt me 3.
When did you get wounded? Because each time you slept, you would have healed 1.
And I did. Had 3 when the game ended last time. Oh, sorry, we did sleep twice.
Yes.
I would have 1 right now. Okay. Because I took off the 2. I took off the one for Saturday. I didn't take off the one for Sunday.
Now, I will note that if you move, you have to make an immediate death save, which is a stamina roll.
Oh, I'm not moving. I'm laying here and bleeding.
Okay.
Can I fire though from this position? Like, is don't move as in stay still, or is it don't move as in don't like try to roll 2 feet to the left?
It's don't move as in don't move like from hex to hex.
Okay. In that case, I would like to draw my handgun because I figure that's all I can reach and manage at the moment. Can I see anybody out there?
There is some movement on the other side of the trees.
Which trees? Oh, way back there. Okay. Okay. I'm pretty sure I have absolutely no shot of hitting them. But she's gonna try anyway. She has to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 X's.
Yep. And then -1 for the forest, and -2 because you're not, or -1 because you're not aiming in his pistol. So -2 net.
Okay.
And
Just a second.
what's your range?
That's what I was checking.
Oh, okay.
Range of 2.
All right. So short. So they're within medium. So you're -3 total.
It's
Okay.
fine. Bullets down. Put bullets down.
That's even if I can only suppress them, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. If you're aiming to suppress them, then you're going to want to kind of max out your rate of fire.
Yeah. It's not an assault rifle, carbine, machine gun, or shotgun. That's okay. I will. No, wait, I can't. This doesn't have a. No, let's get a rate of fire of 2.
Yep.
Okay. And it was -3?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, you actually do hit somebody.
And somehow that's worse.
Oh, question. Did anybody have Wilson as their buddy?
Me.
Oh. I'm glad somebody likes her.
And I have
Random roll.
Vengeful as my cut of honor. So I don't know who shot her, but he's gonna die.
I appreciate that sincerely.
All right. So Wilson's going to take a stress from getting hit by a ranged attack.
Okay.
And Boris is going to take 2 stress from seeing Wilson take a lethal a lethal
Shot?
critical, and everybody else takes 1 stress from seeing Wilson take a critical.
Sorry, 1 stress, you said?
So it's 1 stress to Wilson for getting hit.
Right?
It's 2 to Boris for seeing Wilson take the critical hit since they're your buddy. And then it is 1 for Vladimir and McPherson for seeing another PC take a lethal crit.
This game is harsh.
Oh yeah.
So back to the shot though. So bullets ring out. So you can hit. You can hit twice, or you can hit once for an extra damage, which will bring it up into the crit range.
I will hit for the extra damage.
Okay.
What do I...
Okay, and that is a torso hit. A crit takes these guys out. I just like rolling the crits to see how. Ooh, through the heart.
It's nice to know I'm a badass while I'm dying.
Okay.
I will have revenge.
Oh, they are not suppressed though. So Soviet soldier's turn. He's gonna fire. He's gonna fire at Vladimir. So he's gonna aim, take a shot. So -2.
I am prone.
So he's at a -3 total. Oh, that is a hit. That is a bunch of hits. So he will, in the torso, he will hit you for 2 damage, 3 damage, 4 damage.
I have armor 1 on the torso.
Okay. So it's going to be 3 damage, which is a crit. So a ruptured kidney. So that will kill you in a shift. So you've got 6 to 8 hours to lead to live.
Nice.
This is so bad.
Yeah, I just got the traveler module, so I hope you got your.
Okay. That was that guy. This guy, he is going to shoot at... Oh, Boris is the only one down there not prone, so he'll shoot at Boris. That is going to be a -1. Okay. Bullets zing all around Boris. You do need to make a coolness under fire check. So,
Coolness under fire.
Yep. So on your combat tab, click unit morale.
All right. Anything else, or just roll?
Just roll. Okay. Bullets zing all around you, but you're like, no, I need to keep my head together, otherwise people are going to die. That will bring us around to Boris.
She's all right for the next few hours, right?
The next few minutes.
Is there anything I can do to extend that beyond a few minutes?
The way treating lethal injuries works is the first aid roll takes as much time as it would take for them to die. And if you succeed, it pushes it up to the next category. So The first one was she was going to die in a round, so your first aid took a round. Now she's going to die in what's called a stretch, which is 5 to 10 minutes. But that first aid roll to treat that is going to take 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay, well, okay, then let's fire back then.
Yep. And I should mention Vladimir, Wilson, and Boris all take a stress from seeing Vladimir get shot in the torso, and Bradley takes 2 stress because he's your buddy.
I'm hiding behind a rock.
All right, so I can't even see these guys, right?
You know that they're down there, so it's a -1 for shooting through the forest. That is a hit in the arm. Only 2 damage, but it does force a coolness under fire check. Right. So yeah, now that there's some fire back, they're like, shit, you can hear them like getting behind cover in the woods. They are suppressed. So suppression means that they immediately drop prone and they will lose their next slow and fast action. McPherson, you're up.
So those 2 put me to full stress.
So you are incapacitated by stress.
I'm gonna hide behind my rock.
You're gonna hide behind your rock, babbling to yourself about how bad this has gone.
Game over, man! Game
It's
over!
game over.
Typical American thing.
Vladimir.
So let's go. I'm gonna try to aim at the guy who shot me.
Okay.
Because of my knowledge, even if it's not the right one, it's comforting me.
Okay. So you get
And
so -1 for the forest, -1 because he's prone, +1 because of your vengeful code of honor or moral code.
alright. Yeah, I didn't know it affected the roll.
So net -1. So need me to roll for you, or can you get it? Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh. Some damage to your weapon and a miss.
Yep.
That will take us to.
Don't think it's gonna do anything but flavor wine. Down there.
Wilson. Oh, she's AFK. All right. So she is unconscious. Passed out from the pain. Zoe is suppressed. Zoe is suppressed. Boris, you're up. It seems like your team is falling apart.
All right. Well, I gotta fire back then.
Okay.
Can I do a rapid rate instead of just the 1 shot this time?
Yeah, you can, like, whatever the rate of fire of your weapon is, you can throw that many extra ammo dice into it.
Rate of fire is 6. Let's see if I can kill some of these people.
Okay.
Max pushes, add a hit dice.
Yeah, max pushes 1, add a hit dice just because it'll give you a location. All right, so that is a miss unless you want to push it, but it will.
I do.
Okay.
All the dice.
Oh my god, that is such a shitty roll.
Oh,
So So the good news is, you hit. And you actually got 3 extra hits. So that is enough to basically you hit one guy for 2, and then you can bump that up to a 3, which is a crit, and then you can hit the other guy for 2 and bump that up to a 3. So that's double crits. So that will take out both of the remaining guys.
Okay, I will absolutely do that.
Uh,
And say goodbye to my gun.
but your weapon is jammed, and the reliability drops by 4.
Oof. All right, reliability. Where are you, buddy? Right now it says 0/5. Is that the reliability?
Yep. It
It
should
is
have.
now.
Yeah. So that weapon is fucked until it's repaired. It is a club.
All right. I'm fine with that though. I'm good with that. That's fine. All right, now I'm doing medical checks on these guys.
All right.
I'm gonna shoot one more round, even if I'll game I know they're dead,
Okay.
just out of anger at whoever shot me.
All right. Fair enough. So as you do a quick kind of triage, basically it's gonna take you like hours to repair this kidney wound on Vladimir, and Wilson is probably gonna bleed to death in the next 5 to 6 minutes if you don't do something.
I'll do Wilson first then.
Okay.
Has anybody got a medical kit on them?
Nope.
Well, whoever another can get over there and search them, see if they got a medical kit.
All right.
I'm gonna take my pain relief plan that I got and start chewing on it.
All
While
right,
I'm trying to
and
hold
Okay.
my inside.
medical aid roll.
Yeah, I'm just looking at my medicine rules here.
We got to get pretty close to bedtime, and you want to finish this next week? Depends on how long this.
That's true. It is 11. Actually, I think this is a good dramatic place to leave it with,
I would think so. Yes.
2 of your friends bleeding to death after this Soviet ambush.
Who else is bleeding to death right now?
Vladimir, his kidney got ruptured.
Oh, Jesus. Okay,
I'm
I got-
fine. Thanks, Frank.
I got some too.
you're welcome.
Yeah,
I
I
got some
think you
time,
guys
Wilson's
are
but
are
Bradley is stressed out, and I'm
Yeah.
pissed off.
Yeah, Vladimir is angry. Bradley, the stress of combat finally got to him, and he snapped. Wilson is bleeding internally, and Vladimir's kidney
killing
is-
everybody and keeping everybody else alive.
So that's where we'll pick up next game.
I've never felt so useful in an RPG.
You're the only one who's keeping his shit together.
This game's so good. I love this game.
Holy shit.
I'm also weaponless now. I got one flash grenade. That's all I got left, and some ammo.
Yeah,
I mean,
Can you
I'll
use
be dead in
the
a second. You
AKM?
can take mine.
Probably. We'll worry about that tomorrow. I'm gonna
yeah,
pack up.
yeah. Boris just pointed his gun downrange and just held down the trigger until it went click, click, click. Smoke like barreling out of it.
And the screaming stopped on the other end.
I can throw you my AKM. It's a Polish weapon.
Yeah, I will take that. But
Perfect.
We'll
So
work
yeah,
that out.
we
Just so you're not
will
weaponless.
we will pick this up next week.
Awesome. All right, guys. Thanks.
That was excellent.
Thanks for the game. We'll see
Next-
you all next time.
Yeah.
Next
see
Next week
you
we
next
learn
week.
about medical aid.
There you go.
Don't get shot.
Yeah. All right. Have a good night, folks.
Peace.
See ya.
That was something.